creaky knees, you want to do the bunny bounce, okay? The bunny bounce. So creaky knees, maybe you have arthritis, osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, or maybe when you walk upstairs, people can hear you because your knees are creaking, right? And so what you want to do is you want to stand shoulder width apart, okay? You want to have your weight mostly on your heels, and then you want to bounce. Do the bunny bounce, okay? Do the bunny bounce. So you're just bouncing a little. You're not going all the way down, okay? That can hurt your knees. You're just bouncing. If you can't go too far, just bounce like that. So from a side view, you're seeing, see, stand up straight, and then this is just the bunny bounce right here, right? And we can add the pendulum swing to it and also exercise your shoulder, but we're focused on the knees today. Focus on the knees, and you just bounce like this. Bounce for about 30 minutes every single day. And it will start strengthening all the little small muscle fibers, tendons, ligaments, and strengthen your bones at the same time. All right, guys? Follow me on my YouTube page. Subscribe to get more information.
And I came to Acupuncture because I had really high blood pressure. I had blood pressure that was into the 160s, over 80s, and because of his acupuncture treatment and the herbs that I took that were prescribed by Jimmy, and I have now my blood pressure down into the 120s, indeed sometimes into the 110s, and I feel absolutely wonderful thanks to him. It helped me because the acupuncture had taken blood from other parts of my body while I was doing acupuncture and introduced and brought more blood into my heart. And he was able to, through that treatment and the herbs, get my blood pressure down. I believe that he saved my life. I believe that if I had continued on the path that I was, ignoring my high blood pressure, that I probably would have had a stroke or a heart attack or something even worse. And thanks to Yen Acupuncture, I no longer worry about that.
I had a little revelation and it reminded me of this quote by one of our founding fathers, Thomas Edison. So Thomas Edison said, "The perils of overwork are slight compared with the dangers of inactivity." That's what I had a revelation this weekend. I was doing some work and I was walking outside, lifting things outside when it was, close to 100 degrees, and I realized I could not tolerate the heat as much. And just being outside for 5 minutes, I was getting drained, feeling like I was getting a heat stroke, even though I wasn't. But it reminded me it's because normally during this time, I'm usually outside playing tennis, in this heat, in this 100 degrees heat for, I would say, at least two times a week, for at least a minimum of 2 hours each time. And so I would build my resistance to the heat, and I would be able to, be outside and do lots of things for hours and it not bother me. But now I haven't been doing that. I've been lazy also. I've been doing inactivity, okay? Inactivity outside in the heat. So I'm not accustomed to the heat this year. I haven't adapted to the heat this year, and so it basically, the dangers of it is I can't do things outside in the heat right now because I didn't put in the activity. I didn't put in the work. I didn't put in the work to adapt to this 100 degrees heat here in Texas with humidity, by the way. But usually every summer I do. I start off and I play tennis, I practice, and I get used to the heat, and it doesn't bother me at all. And I can be out there for 2-3 hours playing tennis nonstop. But now, since I haven't done that at all this year, I can't even spend 5 minutes. So just think about our health. If you don't work on your health, guess what? You're not going to have the ability to adapt to the stress of the economy, the stress of politics, the stress of whatever, the school districts, whatever, because you didn't put in the work. So that's why Thomas Edison, back then, our founding forefathers, they already knew overwork is slight. The perils of overwork are slight compared to the dangers of inactivity. Inactivity creates more problems, more danger, more more negativity for us than overworking. And I know some people complain about overworking, but overworking compared to inactivity kills you. Overworking, you're still moving, you're still producing, you're still moving forward. Inactivity, you're standing still. Actually, you're not standing still. You're going backwards. Your health is going backwards. So for those of y'all who are like me, who didn't put in the work to adapt, I didn't put in the work to adapt to outside the heat and the humidity, and so now I'm suffering from it. But I can get my butt out, my lazy butt, and get outside and start doing it, and then I'll get that, and I'll be able to adapt better, right? So it's the same thing for any of us who are struggling with chronic health disorders. It's a fact. We've been lazy, so we need to get off our butts and we need to get working on our health, because no one's going to do it for you. The government, no matter how much stimulus the government gives you, your health, you got to do the work. Money doesn't buy you health. You got to do the work. You got to put in the work. You got to change your diet. You got to eat a healthy diet. You got to get out and exercise. These things nobody can do for you. You have to do it yourself. And so, for those of y'all thinking, oh, I'm gonna over-exercise, oh, I'm gonna eat too healthy, yeah, it's gonna be less. The perils of that is gonna be less than you doing nothing, right? So hopefully this was a kick in the butt for you, like it was for me, and hopefully it'll get you motivated to move forward, start taking action, start taking 10x action, not normal action, 10x action, so that you can improve your health, your quality of life, and therefore improve actually the quality of life for your family, all right? So who's with me?